Welcome back to CLC News. I'm your host, Meg. If you haven't heard already, the groundhog has seen his shadow, so hopefully your cabin fever isn't hitting you too hard because we have another 6 weeks of winter. Some of the things we have coming up on campus might be the cure for cabin fever. Here's this week's Looking Ahead segment.
On this week for Looking Ahead, we have a lot of events that are happening on campus. If you need help with the transition to college, go to the Occupational Skills Information Session on February 9th. There's also an artist workshop at 1 p.m. the same day. And if you have time, try salsa dancing at the multi-purpose room. I know I will. On February 14th, there's a poem reading at the Chalberg Theater. February 19th, we have no school for President's Day. An art show called The Light is Falling will be held at room 423. At the Staples campus, there is a blood drive that is at the assembly room 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The play, 5 Women Wearing the Same Dress, is being held at the Dryden Theater at 7:30 p.m. February 22nd to the 23rd.
Our theater has found their own cure for the fever as they are preparing for the production 5 Women in the Same Dress. I was able to catch up with some of the cast of the play for this week's center stage.
I play Mindy McClure, who is the sister of the groom, who is a lesbian. There are 5 women wearing the same dress because they're bridesmaids, and they do not like the bride at all. So this play is about women coming together and talking about things that most people don't know. So this is like an insider's view of what really happens with women and how they communicate with each other and how they get through things that have happened in their lives. Some are good things, some are not so. So you get to see different characters evolve and how they come to be who they are today.
Tickets are now on sale at the box office for $6 with your student discount. With the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics right around the corner, we wanted to show you how CLC is getting in the Olympic spirit with their very own Club Olympics. Here is Mitch Anderson with this week's sports.
CLC has put extra funding on the line for this year's Club Olympics. On February 7th, the clubs looked like Olympic bobsledders as they competed in their cardboard sled races for the second event of the Olympics. The CLC Diesel Club took home the W with the fastest sled of the night. But it's not over yet. The clubs have 3 events left to win gold and take home the extra funding. On February 12th, they compete in an intense broomball competition. On February 21st, we see what kind of skills they have in the kitchen with a chili cook-off. Then, for the closing ceremonies on February 28th, they get back on the cardboard and compete in cardboard boat races to decide who takes home the cash.
The CLC Horticulture program has been flaunting their green thumbs all winter inside their spring-like greenhouse, which has put them in our campus spotlight. Here's Brandon Weatherby with more from the greenhouse.
What we're looking forward to is, of course, everybody's just anxious for spring, and we get to enjoy spring a little bit early in here. So right now we've just gotten into local foods pretty heavy, and so over the past fall semester what we've done is started a lot of herbs and vegetables to grow, and so we're in the middle of that right now, and they're up and ripe and ready to harvest. Of course, we have a lot of hungry students, and so we do like to allow the students that grew the produce to have a first crack at that, but we always grow more produce than we are able to provide to the students. So the 2 other things that we do is we do use them for the local food shelf here at school, and then we also use some in the cafeteria. So the main place that we use our vegetables right now is with the students. And this room, of course, is full of houseplants right now, and those houseplants will be used just to decorate around the campus, and then we will sell just a few of them. What we're doing now is the students are just beginning to seed the very first flowers that we will hope to have totally blooming by about the middle of May. We have a lot of different things like geraniums and hanging baskets and things that the students need to grow. There's nothing blooming outside, but they get to come into the warm tropical environment of a greenhouse and enjoy the color and the smells and the feeling of springtime before it actually occurs.
Unfortunately, we don't all have the luxury of working inside a greenhouse, so many of us have our sights set on summer. We sent Mitch out on campus to get the scoop on what our students miss most about summer in this week's On the Spot.
So we're on campus today roaming the Arctic tundra, finding out what students miss most about summer.
I'd just say probably fishing on the Lake Mille Lacs. That's the best part, and probably just go camping a lot and probably just living life on the lake and stuff and just hanging out with friends.
Swimming.
I guess no homework.
Oh man, the one thing I miss most is running and going to the movies. I can go to the movies now, but it's not the same as the summer movies.
Let's not forget the one holiday that can melt your frozen heart, Valentine's Day. Even if you don't have a sweetheart, it's a day of appreciating the friends and family we love. If you're single, watch your bum. You might be struck by Cupid's flying arrow. Keep your heads up. Spring is near. We'll see you next time. Or you can join us again and again on our YouTube channel.